It started with my right foot. One morning I just woke up with a hobble. It wasn't until mom and dad started screaming that I realized what happened. Blood loss must have made me ignore it. My foot disappeared. The doctors didn't know what to say. I couldn't have just cut it off at night. It was a total mystery where it even went. It only happened when nobody was around. It wasn't until after I found my left hand disappeared next that I began to theorize a reason for this phenomenon. Pieces of my body were being sent to an alternate reality. Sure, that theory was born from a lust for Rick and Morty, but it was the hypothesis I resonated with the most. When my teeth vanished, leaving stinging gums, I imagined another version of me waking up to dead body parts next to him in bed like a grotesque teddy bear. At least it's always better to be on the receiving end of things. Could you imagine the fear of having your body disappear piece by piece? To constantly worry about which piece you'd be without. I was a wreck. I constantly had to be assured that no more body parts would vanish from me, only to have that promise broken. The only way I could get to sleep was with pills. I worried about my stomach vanishing next. To feel your undigested food pool around your organs, nobody deserves that. That's why I decided to overdose on my sleeping pills. I dissolved them in water so it would be easier on my bare gums. I went to sleep thinking that my troubles would be over. Maybe when I died, my whole corpse would wind up where my body was. I woke up feeling more ill than I ever felt before. My vision was too unfocused to tell who, but someone was shaking my body, yelling at me. Probably my parents, about to lose their only son. "What did you do to yourself?" was the only phrase I could comprehend before I faded into darkness. I woke up in a hospital bed. Turns out my parents sent me to the doctor just before I died. The doctors and nurses were able to keep my body from its imminent demise, and pump the poison out of my system. Strangely, my pieces stopped vanishing after my near-death experience. It wasn't until years later that I was told why. Turns out, the man screaming at me when I was overdosed wasn't any of my parents. When my dad found this stranger holding my convulsing body after hearing the shouting from my room, he shot the intruder dead. "I don't like them tainted," was the last thing he uttered before he died. When they performed his autopsy, they noticed some objects between his organs. A right foot, a left hand, and my teeth.